Hello and welcome to the 4 o'clock shadow. We are here. We are here on time, as you see. Well, playing the trailer 401, but we're on time, which is amazing. Uh, Hail to the mighty Omer Glitch out in the chat. Um, got an unboxing to do. Got some comics to show. Maybe some boarding and bagging to do. I got a couple boards, a couple boxes rather, and you know 100 bags and 100 boards today at the local comic book shop. Let's get the boards and bags out of the way. Down here, I'll have to take stock in what I have. Pretty substantial tape on the eBay box that I'm going to be unboxing. That's probably all those 20 seasons of Gunsmoke that I bought. That's the only thing I know it could be. So exciting because I just finished season 7. I went through 5, 6, and 7 again. It was as if I just, saw them for the very first time because it's been a little while. Seeing what I got here. I got $51 box, was in the $1 box, and I got 50 of those and a few other items here. So we're at least going to do about almost 60 comics, look through them, look at them. How about that? It's all about comics today. Collecting and with a little bit of Gunsmoke. That's not Gunsmoke. But yeah, there's pretty substantial tape on here. So I need to, there we go. These Dollar Tree, I think this is one of them, maybe not. Very sharp blades on these things. X-Acto blades. So if you find those in the craft section, highly recommended. Shadowhawk, I did send you the link. It should be there for you. It's good to see you, sir. Look, that weird Inko t-shirt. I know. $80, 40 a piece, something like that. And he changes the design. But we love you, Art T Bear. I don't think this looks better than the original Inko. It's a fan thing. Great shout out. Make a separate shirt. Give the fans what they paid for. That's just me. I will like the original Inko design character. That's why I bought one to save as a collectible and one to wear every day, or when I feel like it. Right. This was one of my clean shirts. Eric and Boyd in the house. It's good to see everybody today. This is the 4 o'clock shadow episode 1110 or 1110. Woo! Comics with a little Gunsmoke today. So pretty hefty box here. And here comes in my co-host, Shadowhawk. How are you, sir?
Sorry. You caught me off guard, Rex.
Oh.
Yeah, right in the middle of taking a drink, and I tried to talk and drink at the same time. Not a good idea.
Hey, Gary. No, not a good idea at all. Did you get Mama Hawk's car fixed, or are you still working on it?
No, still working on it. I had to make myself a big ass breaker bar today at work, so. But Mama Hawk's working until 7:30 tonight, so can't finish it tonight. So she gets home at 3 tomorrow. So when I get home from work, then I get to go straight to work on the car. So I may be a little late getting to the show tomorrow, Rex.
Okay, that's fine. Extended Mother's Day, right? Small Mox my ass. What the hell? I ought to sue them.
What the hell?
That's not a small box. That's a big hefty box. Saying.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty good sized box.
Pretty good size. I mean, I wouldn't call it small per se, but
I mean, I guess it depends what kind of boxes you stack it up next to, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Could be the smallest one.
These are. This is 20 seasons of Gunsmoke and a lot of
Oh
padding,
wow,
probably.
that's cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna
And I
have you a
already had about
lot of
half.
Gunsmoke to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, back then, they had a lot of episodes that went long, right?
hmm So is that like a complete set? 20
Yes,
seasons?
sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
cool. That's
But
awesome.
it's not like, they've been combining like 3 seasons into a big thing. And
hmm
so the cheapest was this one for, after I paid shipping on the one at Walmart, and it's all, and when I went in there, they didn't even have it, but it kind of comes and goes. It was so
And hey,
these
Omer
these are like
Glitch,
more
Eric and Boyd,
individual.
howdy howdy. Carrie, always good to see you. Oi, oi, Sabaloy. Okay, we're caught up with the chat. All right, let's see this Gunsmoke action. Ooh, yeah, they did
He's
pad that
great.
up pretty good. Is that all that was in that box? Or is
No,
there a
no,
couple?
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
I was
no,
gonna say there better be another stack of them in there. Oh shit, a
yeah,
few more stacks of them.
yeah. I mean, he grouped them all together, which is cool.
Oh wow,
The gift that keeps on giving.
holy mackerel! Dang, that's a lot of westerns to watch, Rex.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at that.
Can't even
And
see you anymore.
I know I've disappeared, as my daughter used to say. I disappeared. Uh,
Disappeared.
now there were like, I'm hoping they said like, you know, mint acceptable, whatever, that they're not all scuffed up really bad. I take it,
Yeah.
and there's the first season right there.
I would
But
think with something like Gunsmoke, you're probably gonna do all right. You know, it's probably an older person that owned them, so they
you
probably
see
treated
how
them
they
nice.
padded it there
Oh yeah, very nice.
in the middle. It's a good way to send them.
Yep.
This,
Yeah, they had a good 4 or 5 inches
brown
of
paper bag paper
cushion on either side of it. Yeah, very nice.
cushion. Yep.
Because more cushion
Fly,
for
be
the push.
free. Yeah. So how many cases? I don't know. There's 6 here. Uh,
That might be individual. It looks like you had about 20 of them.
here's 6 here, so that's 12. I like the individual ones too. Besides the
hmm
big, because one would be all 3 seasons sort of put the disc over each other and everything would be
Right.
about
Yeah.
this size for 3 seasons. And I kind of like the individual ones. I mean, you
hmm
get more. I don't know about
Yeah, you probably get some
extra.
better like background stuff or whatever on the individual ones too. You know, like behind the
Yeah,
scenes or whatever.
most of them are 6. I did see a 5 there and another 5. So, I mean, 12, 24, 34, if you count those 2 5s. I mean, that's about right. About 35, about 34 cases, individual things.
Wow.
I did see a volume 1, volume 2. So some of them are volume 1, volume 2, the 4th season. So, yeah, they started, I think, in 1955 and just continued on to 75.
Yeah. Yeah. Long
Which was
running show.
quite late, actually. And if you think about that, nobody was really doing. I think they had some specials on TV and stuff, but Silverado came out like around what 82 or something like that. Movie in the
Ooh.
movies, westerns.
Yeah, Silverado. Yeah, they had a bit. I guess around. It was the 80s, but it might have been a little later than that. I'm not sure.
So Disney bought Marvel. We all know that, and they said at first Marvel will remain Marvel and DC. Eric and Boyd says, I just watched a few episodes of Gunsmoke. I didn't know the series lasted that long, 10 years, 20 seasons. No, it lasted 20 years, 20 seasons. from 1955 to 1975, I believe. Somebody call me out on that if I'm wrong. So I went to
I don't know if it ran that long or not.
I topped my car off today with gas because it's, reasonable right now. Only put $10 in it, and that topped my gas tank off quite admirably. And went to the Dollar Tree and got
Was it Gunsmoke Rex that Clint Eastwood made his first appearance?
That was Rawhide.
That was Rawhide. Okay.
Hit 'em up, move 'em out, Rawhide. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking up some info about Gunsmoke and Cast and others. Yeah, Dennis Weaver. Dennis Weaver, actually, I noticed while watching, season 5, 6, and 7, he directed a bunch of those.
Oh, really?
Dennis Weaver did, as far as acting, as Chester in there as well. So he directed a few of those episodes too. I didn't really pay attention first time I went through. Or
that's the same Dennis Weaver that went on to do, what was that, McCloud?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. He came in before Festus, and I think I've went through 11 seasons and he's still in there. So Festus has got to come in there at some point. And then the actor that played Festus, that was in a lot of John Wayne movies with John Ford and everything, was part of that troupe. He played a buffalo hunter and an Indian scout, half breed, and all kinds of characters in Gunsmoke before he did Festus for years,
Yeah.
20 years, yes. Burt Reynolds, he would come in later seasons, probably at least after 7, because he hadn't come on yet. I'm up to like 1961. He came in the early 70s. So possibly in season 8 or 9, Burt Reynolds will be the blacksmith, in there. And he was in there for like,
they had quite a few people come and go off that show too, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, and play recurring roles. There was one actor played a bad guy, and then in a later episode he played a good guy. Something that I'm catching this time around when I'm looking at story structures, like at the end of the episodes, they leave it kind of open. Like I watched one with Chester, and the Indian, he rode off to freedom. You don't know if he made it or not. You don't know what happened to the girl that liked the Indian that he left behind, and what the fallout from because he took her horse, or no, she had her horse, but took Chester's horse, and Chester had to walk to the stage trail or whatever to get home. He actually went on a vacation to see his cousin and never arrived, because he shoots this Indian and then tries to take care of the Indian, and she's urging him to do so. Well, you're the one that shot him, and I care for him, and she thinks she's going to wind up with him, and he doesn't, which is probably the smart thing to do. I go home, you go home,
Right. Yeah.
I just want to get off this reservation and go and be with my people. Was his story arc, But they just left it where Chester's walking off, the girl's grieving, and the Indian's going on his own way. It's kind of open ended, you kind of got to fill in the blanks to a lot of the ending of episodes of Gunsmoke, actually, which is pretty cool. And maybe that was a good device to leave it up to people's imagination, because they ran for 20 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Strange is in there.
Leaves the door open that you might bring those characters back again later, right? And tell more of the story or something.
Oh, was William Shatner in one? I wouldn't doubt it. He did a lot of stuff and did some westerns.
Bill did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So as I was saying,
Twilight Zone's the best though.
When Disney bought out Marvel, they said Disney will remain Disney and Marvel. Well, is this the future of comics? What if Mickey and friends became the Avengers?
How about no?
That's not a lenticular cover, but it's printed that way. That's still kind of a neat Ant-Man, Pluto growing or shrinking effect,
Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah. Variant edition. $5, $4.99. I paid $8 for it. Call me crazy, but I do this for the channel, to have something substance to talk about sometimes. This one only cost me cover price.
In there a while.
What if Mickey and Friends became the Fantastic Four?
Oh, good Lord.
I know.
Are these where are these? Is this new?
Yes, these are new. And they did have one with Donald Duck being the thing there, lifting above his head, the sort of old style car, and that was cover price too. But I said, now this shows you Mickey and Friends, who's all in that. So Goofy is the Human Torch,
Not pleased.
What if Mickey and Friends were the original X-Men?
How about fucking no?
If you're a What If fan, you got to buy these to be a completist.
No,
I'm just saying.
I'm a What If fan, and I don't have to buy those.
Okay, all right. I'm a What If fan too. They did have for original price Captain Marvel done by Alex Ross, but I didn't buy it. But I did buy Tigera for cover price.
Ooh, hold on. Let me get there you go. That's cool.
And Carol Danvers was busty, but had to pass on it.
Yeah.
Now
was
this
it
one I
the
bought.
old school Captain Marvel with the black suit and the long blonde hair?
Yes, I had to pass on it.
And you passed
maybe
on
later.
it?
Yeah, I'm not a big Carol Danvers fan, but
Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. I am not Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers.
Anthony Prine was in one recently that I watched. Buddy Epson, yeah, I watched that with Buddy Epson. He was in that. William Conrad,
Josh Brolin,
John Astin.
Josh Brolin must have just been a kid.
Yeah.
I bet you he was
a
playing
lot
one
of
the
people
young
over 20-year period, Gunsmoke. More Fun Comics, number 73. Don't know if there's significance to this, if this is the first appearance of Dr. Fate or what. I just don't know. I have to look it up. I do have the archives of these, but
cool.
I thought something like this that is normal size now, not golden age size, would fit good and look good in the spinner racks back here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I'm thinking spinner rack content,
I got you.
So I bought 50 $1 comics out of their dollar bin. So let's see what I got. Elementals from Kamiko, number 5.
Okay.
Not much of a cover, but I've read Elementals and Justice Machine back in the day.
I don't think I ever read those.
Who was the artist on Elementals? I want to say Pat Broderick, but it wasn't Pat Broderick. But maybe I'll see his signature on the next one here. And number 12 of Elementals from Kamiko.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think I ever got any of the Elemental stuff.
And there was a Fantastic Four vibe to them too. You had the Rock guy. You had
Fire guy.
There was 4 of them. I have a few Elementals, but I haven't read them yet. Wow. It was a pretty good read. I read most of them back in the day, except for the later issues. Just sharing the info I found online. I only have watched a few episodes here and there of Gunsmoke. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, pretty tight stories, actually. This one, he did not spray top the top of. That's all right. I'm going to search it out anyway. This might have had a wraparound cover. Yep. Wraparound cover here. There you go. Nice wraparound cover. I just wanted to see who the artist was. Like I am following him on X. And Bill Willingham. Bill
Hey,
Willingham, early
yeah.
Bill Willingham artwork. There's a good look at the rock guy.
Bill was supposed to be doing something. I wonder if he still is. He was supposed to be doing one of the supplementals for uh, the Rainbow the Brood, I think. One
He's
of
yeah,
the
he's kind of CG related, you know.
yeah, I think he's supposed to been doing something for Ethan for one of those stories.
I Bill and Willingham, I kind of lump in there his style. And I did read this one back in the day. I can tell by just looking at the panels. This was number 12. I like Bill Willingham's artwork. I kind of lump him in there with
Oh,
Michael
good lord!
Golden, Art
Sorry about
Adams.
that.
You know, he had a cartoony look to his stuff. They were doing Robotech, the Microcross saga at that time, Johnny Quest, Grindel. I passed up on some Grindel, Justice Machine, Robotech, the new generation. And, you know, Mage also, Grindel and Mage.
Oh yeah,
Fathom,
Fathom.
Discover
Yeah,
the Beauty, a 3-issue miniseries coming this May from Kamiko. Yep.
that
Also
was
by Bill
Michael
Willingham.
Turner, wasn't it? Fathom. I believe that was Michael Turner.
Ooh, blank panels.
Hmm.
Only with dialogue. Only with, well, not dialogue, just could be dialogue, I guess. And this is one that I did not. I'll have some image stuff in here you may even have, brother. I don't know. Some of these books are replacements for ones that are long gone in my collection. Elemental's a pretty fun read. From Image, The Kindred. You seen The Kindred? And there's your
Yeah,
werewolf.
yeah, I remember the Kindred. Yeah,
Was that a group?
it was kind of a team up with some members from different groups. I think you had Grifter in there. What's his face? I can't think of his name right now. From one of the other teams would show up. It was kind of it's kind of like a crossover, kind of almost like a Marvel 2-in-1 type of thing or something. You know?
Brent Booth pencils.
Yeah, I like Brett Booth.
Brett Booth. Jim Lee on the story with Brian Cho, Brandon Cho, Brent Booth, and Sean Ruffner. Sean Ruffner.
Mm-hmm.
Got Grifter in here, and oh gosh, what is you'll have to tell me this character's name. Something Shot, whatever.
That's Whiplash.
Whiplash, yeah.
Yeah, that was
So
Brett Booth's book that he was doing for a while.
okay.
Was Whiplash.
So
That was a really good book.
if you like 90s art, you'll love this book, you know.
Oh, Brett
The
Booth's killer,
Kindred.
man. I love his art.
I'm not sure that I saw Kindred. I definitely didn't see that cover. Here's one from Boom. I just got it because I like the, possible midnight light cover. Just her pointing the pistol right at you,
Yeah,
Alice.
that's
That's why I got that one. And I picked up some DC Comics started doing Spirit. I guess Kitchen Sink maybe stopped doing Spirit. I'm not sure. They did, some of the reprints and stuff for a long time. And I was going to get one of these anyway, and I said, well, just go ahead. Here's the one Justice Machine I got, number 16. Titan on the cover. I remember him because I was supposed to get a Titan. I subscribed to Justice Machine for like 2 years. This was before the Kamiko run on it. And I was supposed to get a free sketch by Mike Gustovich, and I never got it. So this is a Bruce Timm cover. That's kind of nice. You don't see Bruce Timm doing that many covers.
Yeah.
And that's number 16 there. Here's number 15. I should have shown first. It's another Bruce Timm cover. Big guy in the back. These aren't bad for $1. I mean, considering they were $2.99 when they came out. Number 17. Nice covers. I've got a few of the earlier issues. Number 21 here. Crooked Painter in the house. Hey, Cricket. And number 25 here. Nice covers. Yeah, good to be back, Cricket. We got First Comics Nexus. This is the deluxe series. What was the deluxe series? I guess just the way they made it, right? I remember buying this one back in the day, number 8 with Badger. Special issue. I've never seen this before, or don't remember it. The New Wave from Eclipse Comics. You can't publish this, he says. An important and timely story about teenage pregnancy. Thought that was different. So, and I did buy, they had some New Wave things that I got probably by this time. I wasn't, America's number one team was their little moniker there. And this is a different kind of Mimic. Mimic made his first appearance in X-Men number 19. He absorbs the powers of every mutant he meets. Guess who just met the Mimic? And this is Excalibur 123, sort of a lighter issue. See a little Colossus and Nightcrawler and Cyclops and Iceman and all that in the character. Mashup character. Now this one I'm going to have to take out because this is a foreign comic and I don't know anything about it, where it's from. Maybe I'll get a clue when I look in it here. Little, you can tell here, a little smaller in size by the board and bag there. It was only $1 when it came out. Odd stuff like this, you never know. Looked interesting. And Negra. Oh, that means black. Ooh, slavery? I don't know. Hangman's? There's a spot on it. There's a spot on it. Something. Number 49, Edor. Oh, wow. This is. So you help me figure out the language. But look how it's printed in like a sepia tone.
Mini Palacacha. It sounds Spanish, or maybe possibly Portuguese.
Maybe. There's the back cover. Mini Legends.
That sounds like Spanish. That's
Spanish. Okay. But it's printed in sepia tone. Check that out.
Yeah.
It's kind of different, huh? It's worth $1 to look through.
Sure.
And I already have it, and I think I got it last time I looked through there. Glow in the Dark, Shadowhawk.
Ooh, very nice.
For $1. Hey, number 3 of Shadowhawk. My very first
Glow in the Dark.
Number 2, The Secret Origin of Biker Mice from Mars. So origin issue there. Number 2,
Very
Biker
cool.
Mice from Mars from Marvel.
Well, that's Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking of something else.
I got a few old ones too, not in that great a shape, but I can tell you I don't have this. Now I do for $1. Fantastic Four number 203. Blank.
Ooh.
What does the blank donate? Don't. What does
I don't know. Was it direct edition?
was that like in a pack, like a 3-pack or something like that? Maybe.
Maybe might have been.
I should know, but 110 goes all the way. Laugh Out Loud 3 is a prom baby getting birthed in a toilet. Wow. Past Master Dan, direct market. Okay. And a John Byrne here. I mean, why not? It's not in that great a shape, but it's a good, for to look at and stuff. I love that they returned into the original lumpy thing there for a while. Fantastic Four 242.
Yeah, past Master Dan. What's that?
John Byrne, Fantastic Four.
Oh, cool.
Going up against T-Rex the Tamer. I love that he made the thing the more lumpy thing, And Thor 250. That's going back 25 cents.
Wow.
When I first started collecting. Now I got this one, don't even know the title because the logo, it's a Skybound, Image Skybound thing, but I like the cover. Very stylized cover. I like that.
Interesting. Excellent.
Is that what it says? I couldn't even tell. So
yeah, I hadn't heard of that one.
Have you seen this one? Savage first issue, Combat #1 from Image Comics. It's got that 90s vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
Combat? You remember that?
That might have come out after I don't remember.
Nice Inco shirt, Rex. Thank you. I've got 2 of them. Yeah, these were $1. Yeah. Plaque cover. Don't know. Does it look like a plaque cover too? Could be.
Yeah, possibly.
I've never seen the book Combat. I don't know who does the insides. Let's take a look.
Could be Splat.
I've got a couple of let's see, what is the title? Oh, Warrior number 25, 9.8 graded, 2 of them with Stephen Platt artwork.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's why I bought them, on a recommendation. I mean, I got them for 9.8 for $25 a piece.
Wow, that ain't bad.
You can't even get it graded for that nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Pajarillo, Mark Pajarillo. Okay. Danny Mickey on the inks.
Yeah, Danny Mickey was pretty good inker.
But I'd never seen Combat before.
I can't remember if I saw him or not. I probably did.
Nice little look at that.
Brain of Swiss cheese anymore.
Rage of Angel. Combination of characters there. KO. Hey, KO.
I found the lemons.
Where are they?
They were in the fruit bowl on the thing.
Oh, Jesus. Mom's always moving shit around. All right.
Crossing over.
Do me a favor and grab me 2 pounds of hamburger meat out of the freezer.
Hey, y'all, what's good?
And put
Yeah.
the ribs are in the big microwave. Throw those back in the freezer before they
Yeah, I
start
don't
done.
recall combat at all. I don't either.
The big microwave.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Mark.
Pat
That's how he spells it.
Pajarillo, I think. Yeah.
Rio. Okay, well, yeah.
Because the J is going to be an H. So Pajarillo.
Mm-hmm.
Omer could correct me if I'm wrong.
Have you seen combat before, Past Master Dan?
Hello,
No.
KYO.
And here's one that I've not seen before. This is Acetylene Comics, Vesper number 1 of 4. You seen Vesper before?
No.
Skull cover.
It's a girl?
Okay. Yep. Either that or got big man bumps.
I guess, yeah. Never heard of Vesper, though.
You've heard of Acetylene Comics?
Don't think I have.
Silvestri autocorrect. First blush. I thought it was. Oh, yeah. Anyone come across Prophet? I've been looking for those. I probably got some Prophet. I've got 2 of number 25.
I got a bunch of Prophet.
9.8s graded.
I got a bunch of Prophet similar Crooked Painter. If you want to hit me up, we can always work out a deal. I'll go through and find them for you. But I got a pretty good run on Prophet. I kind of like when Stephen Platt first started. I was pretty into it.
What are you digging at?
What?
She's got something she's playing with, digging at.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm not digging at nothing.
KO, he's got 3 videos up. You might want to go over there and check him out. Here's his YouTube channel right there. Loved E-Man. Staten was a fave. Yeah, Joe Staten. Joe Staten was one of the first that Billy Power Max in the House creators that I met, and I actually had him draw Clark Kent. I told him I thought he drew. I'm working on a comic book that's a spinoff to Superman, Kryptodon, something like that. Kryptodon. Cool.
Okay, so Armor Glitch says Combat was a member of Youngblood. They must have gave him a spin-off series or something.
Oh, okay.
Good
Trying
to see
give
Billy.
KO a wrench here. Add him as a moderator.
Charlton
there you go.
Beats me to Satan. Oh, Staten. I'm sorry.
No, Joe Satan. There you go. There's your new book. Charlton introduced me to Satan. Yeah, not Satan. Yeah. He did E-Man, and this is out of First Comics here with an X-Men. I actually carried this in my comic book store when it came in. And Joe Staten also did some Space 1999 for Charlton too. That's
in the ribs are the big
sure you probably already knew
not
that.
microwave, big freezer.
Okay.
I keep missing.
They had City of Heroes. I've used to get City of Heroes, but not from. Oh man, this lighting in here, and of course it's been rainy all day. Pitiful. Blue King Studios. Blue King Studios. So at some time, City of Heroes, they had some, but I thought this was an interesting cover. City of Heroes. I think that's based on a game, right?
You got me.
Something like that.
I play games, but I've never been like a huge gamer. Certain games I like, I play, but not like. Crazy.
Didn't know if I had this or not, but I like Kevin McGuire's artwork. This was something he did for Bravura, Malibu. Here. Strike Back.
Oh yeah.
Kevin McGuire. He also did Trinity Angels. Also did Justice League International cover, #1. But yeah, I like Kevin McGuire's artwork. He always adds a little humor. Pretty nice. Interesting characters, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Truck Wars. Portable pulverizers.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, I can remember standing at the Blue Moon Comics at Earl Avenue holding the first issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and thinking I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you buy it? I mean, I bought #2, took it home and read it, went early that morning and got 3 and 4. Because
Let me see what I can dig up for you, Crooked. It may not be an easy task, but if I can find my image box without too much trouble, I'll see what I can do for you.
Mind reading. Wouldn't that be cool if you could like use telekinesis, telepathy to read your comics by? Just think about them. City of Heroes was an online playing game. Okay. Yeah, I never played it, but I thought they had some interesting character designs and stuff. So I bought a few issues, but it wasn't published by that company. Justice Machine by Innovation #2. There were many people published Justice Machine. There's Titan again. He's the only one I remember by name. And this was kind of a crossover. Hero Alliance and Justice Machine, Identity Crisis, #1 by Innovation. And this looks like it's a wraparound cover. Hero Alliance was something too, like maybe a hero board game or something like that.
Okay.
And yes, he did tell me he spray paints the top of these. Somebody suggested to him, and he thinks it's a good idea. I don't. There's another way to, you know. You have a Justice Machine by Innovation. I don't know if I probably do some issue from it. Yeah, wraparound cover. You know, put the TNA on the back of it. See, crossover event of the year.
Okay.
And I don't know about this. Neil Adams cover, Death Watch 2000 Cyber Rad, Too Hot to Handle. It's got a raised round sticker or something on the cover that I think that you could remove or something there.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to take a look at it. But in what issue number? I think issue 2. If I'm looking at that Cyber Rad 2. And don't know what's wrong with this one. Maybe got a little bend or something there. But a fairly newer Batman Detective Comics 1023 Joker cover. Knock, knock. Who's under there? Adam West. He's got spats on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Because he's got fish socks. There's fish, like smiling fish, on his socks. And that goes back to the Marshall Rogers years.
That's crazy. Who drew that one?
Crystal
Then?
Man, he's got it all wrong. Something. Let's see what. A New Universe, Marvel New Universe, DP7. Paul Ryan did a lot of the artwork in those. Got a number 9. I thought DP7 was the most interesting book out of all of them because they had superpowers.
Yeah,
Red
yeah.
Storm.
DP7, Starbrand, and
Mhm.
there was one other one that I used to like.
Number
from,
10. They actually
New
pitched this. They actually pitched the New Universe when we were up there in Chicago in 1986. And it sounded
Oh,
cool, but they were like, imagine kind of the real world, but I don't know exactly how they pitched it. It was like they don't have superpowers, and yet the books that sold the best were the ones that had superpowers. I don't know, man.
yeah.
But
And
number 17, a little later issue, that's definitely looking like Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan's passed away now.
Again, it's one of those things where I think they had a
Montoya.
good concept, but they just didn't execute it as the way they thought they would. Halo, the Montoya 76 is here.
Yeah. Then ElfQuest, The Hidden Years from Warp Graphics, number 7.
Oh, okay.
So I got quite a mixture here. And
buying
next is The
ElfQuest in like
Liberator.
1984, 85, something like that. I was buying ElfQuest.
I'm going to have to ask Mike Barron about this because Mike Barron didn't write this one. Nexus The Liberator.
Oh, okay. Is that the dude doing the art?
Stefan somebody wrote it. Dark Horse Comics. What was your question?
Was it the dude doing the art?
No, not according to this.
Hmm.
So I'll have to ask him about that one. Miss Mystic, number 2, another Neil Adams cover.
Yeah, I didn't know that those guys let anybody else do anything. I don't guess they might have. I don't know.
And Death Head, number 4. I thought this was a neat cover, and I was kind of intrigued that you had these characters here from the New Avengers, I guess, or like the Hulkling. Isn't that a Hulkling back there? And the art, and
So.
maybe Hawkeye's protege there, or whatever.
Well, it was yeah, he must have teamed up with what were they, Young Avengers at the time or something like that.
Nice on-rush cover where they're rushing toward you. Got number 1 somewhere. I think you nice assortment lot for $1 each. Yeah. Pins. Yeah. Red Solo Cup. Yes. Always. And maybe you can tell me about this because you're, Shattered Image.
Mm-hmm.
What was Shattered Image? The crossover?
Yeah, it was a crossover event that they did. Don't ask me exactly what it was about. I can't remember at this point.
Mm-hmm. This kind of looks like Neil Adams' Kingdom Come covers, where they're all lined up.
Yeah, I think that might have been when they were also having like the different creators do other guys' projects. Like somebody did Rob's Youngblood that month. Rob did somebody else's book. Jim Lee did.
That must have been nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Nice burst through cover there. That's number 3. So I got 1, 2, and 3.
That's cool. I don't know that Shattered Image ran very long. He might have got them all with those 3. Not sure.
Tomei from Crusade Comics, Billy Tucci's. This is a exciting prequel to She the series. This is number 1. Tomei, the Unforgettable Fire.
Tomo
yes. Then.
Unforgettable Fire. Yep. That's a good one.
Tomo.
Yeah, I got all those back in the 90s.
They had some more sheaves and stuff, but I got this. This is IDW, 20 years of IDW at this point. Issue 4, Night Moves, because it's a syringe cover.
Ooh.
Got a syringe there.
Yeah, I don't see that on the cover anymore.
No, not since Speedy was shooting up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got this. They had a bunch of these. Stillwater #7. This is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Skybound 2010 to 2020. So I guess it's Skybound Image. But interesting character here. I just thought that was a pretty cool cover, skull cover.
Well, that's good. Interesting.
And I've not seen this. This was 50 cents. The Premier Ultra Human News magazine. I think it's 96. I think that's what it says. Or number, maybe it says number 6. The Ultra Monthly. Have you seen that? Mantra, the woman behind the mask, prototype armor in your garage. It could happen soon. Is what it, so a little thin 50 center. I never saw these Ultra Monthlies.
Yeah, no, I don't think I ever saw
On the
that.
Ultraverse. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the, hey, Tank Ferret. And speaking of Ferret, good timing. The Ferret #1 die cut cover.
Woohoo! Oh, yeah.
Cut.
Got me a couple of those.
I've got these, but I mean, for $1, I'll pick up another one.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy Man #2, I think, was also die cut from Neil Adams. That's the only 2 die cut that I know of.
Well, they had another one of the Ferret where he had a bullet hole straight through his chest, and it went through every page on the book.
Yeah, but that's kind of weak suck, compared to these. This even has cut out on the binding.
Yeah, whatever. Still.
Mm-hmm. Malibu Books, Malibu Comics.
I still thought it was pretty cool.
And I don't know if I had it or not, so I got it. Youngblood #4. I had like 4 or 5 copies of these. And with Youngblood kind of, I think, wraparound cover on this one, right?
Not sure. Again, wasn't a big. That was one of the few Image books I really didn't collect a lot of. I got the first. Yeah, I probably got about the first 6 or so. I was never a huge Rob Liefeld guy. I've become more of a fan of his later on, just because he's such a good dude. But I wasn't really a big fan of his art back in the day.
Well, it's not wraparound, but it's got a neat ad on the back.
Well, that's always cool.
#4. So now I know I have one. Till the next time, and I go, oh, they've got 3 or 4, and I'll buy another one.
Yeah, Chaplin was cool.
Bought 3 copies of these because these are 64 pagers. Green Lantern Corps #5. I mean, these are 64 pages.
Green Lantern Corps, Rex. Corps, just like the Marine Corps. Not
okay, cool. With a P?
Corpse. Yes. If it was corpse, it would have an E on the end.
Okay, but I mean, Army, Navy, corpsman. I heard that out from Obama.
It's corpsman. It's not corpsman.
I know we got it wrong all the time.
Obama don't know how to fucking speak.
So it's Green Lantern Corps.
Yes.
Quarterly. Okay.
If you're an Army or a Navy corpsman, you're not a corpsman. You're a corpsman.
And an S. I don't get it. But I'm from Arkansas, so
that explains enough.
Yeah, KO, you got that font going on. It's hard to read, but whatever. Clive Barker, Holcomb and Hex. I liked his star-laden costume and stuff, and then here's #3. Knew I didn't have these. Maybe #2. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
some of the Clive Barker stuff was all right.
Yeah. I used to get.
Damn, Rex. I'm gonna have to
You,
jump off here pretty soon, dude. I'm down to like 15% on my phone again. I don't know what's going on,
oh
but
wow,
something is chewing my battery alive during the day, dude. By the time I get home, I'm down to 30% before we even start the show. It's fucking
huh?
insane. Looks like I'm gonna have to go buy a
Chapel.
new phone again next weekend. God dang it.
Chapel was written out of Spawn, wasn't he? He was the original protagonist that killed Spawn,
Yeah, he came out of Spawn.
and then they kind of rewrit that, didn't they? Like,
No, I think he was still the guy that killed Spawn, but they just like I don't know how they got around that exactly. I don't remember. Cause I think it was a long time before Spawn actually ran back into him again. Like the other books that he was in
mhm.
were like supposed to be going on while Spawn was still
Hey, well,
involved or
right.
something. I don't know.
Um,
The writing at Image was not the best. The art was amazing.
no, and Youngbloods was one of those right off the bat that was like undiscernible. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, that was another one of the reasons why I didn't,
Yeah,
collect it
because you
more.
can't
'Cause
follow it. It's just like, wow, this thing scatters
yeah,
when you read issue one. I think
and
I
again,
want
like I said, I wasn't a huge Rob Liefeld fan either. He was
yeah.
Rob Liefeld and what's his face that did Savage Dragon? Was that Eric Larson? Those were like my least two favorite Image guys. So.
You can read it. Well, it's easier to read when I can bring it up like this. It's easier to read than smaller in the chat. But have you ever thought about this, KO? Um, we are the aliens. Ma and
Yeah,
Paul Kent
Wildcats.
were the aliens.
But at least the art was better on Wildcats, Eric.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people wanted to do comics, right? And they were like a new, I don't know, those were the hot boys at the time, and they wanted to look at the work, right? And
Yeah.
just fawn over the artwork. So I don't know that they were, and sort of emulate, it's maybe it was due Shadowhawk, because if you think about it, Marvel did that to DC in the 60s, and like maybe it cycles around every 20 years.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, it
So
really fucked a lot of. Malin was talking about this morning. He did a short morning show, and I think it really fucked a lot of guys that were highly influenced. A lot of up and coming artists that were really into the Image style and patterning themselves on Jim Lee and
yeah,
all those Image guys. And then, Marvel and DC were so gun shy after the whole Image departure and everything that they just went, no, this guy's got that kind of style. We don't want it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think
true.
a whole generation of people who were influenced by that got screwed for 20 years because Marvel and DC wouldn't hire him. I mean, look at
Yeah,
Malin.
we can call it an early one. I've got seasons and seasons here, but you know
Yeah,
what?
and I'm
At
also
least look.
trying to conserve my stream hours too, so I can make it through at least to
Oh,
the end
look,
of this
brother!
weekend.
Look, brother! It's
I
on
already
my
told you
time.
that.
It's on
I
my
told
dime.
you it.
It's on
I
my
told you.
dime. Now,
I
after
understand that.
today, I'll either.
It still uses a little bit of my time every time I have to come in and log in and all that. If I do that 3 times a day, that's an extra couple of minutes every time I do that stuff. So,
Well, now I showed you how to check it.
I only have 8 hours left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days left till Saturday, 6 days till Sunday. So hopefully by that point it'll renew. But I'm gonna try to keep it down to an hour per show for the next few days, just to make sure I got something.
Hey, Dave from Genuine Comics. Okay. Wow.
Homer, jump in there and help Rex out. Elsie,
well.
somebody's out there willing to come in there and hang out with you
Mhm.
for an extra hour, right? I just want to make sure I got enough left for my Saturday show this week, and then I should be getting
Well,
my
if you got
renewal
like
here.
1 minute, that's all you need to stream for as long as you want, up to 12 hours.
Right, yeah, as long as you got enough to start the show, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and you
So.
know how to check it. I showed you yesterday.
I already checked it. That's why I know how many hours I got.
Okay,
And
I checked mine and I was like at 19 hours and 10 minutes. So after this, I'll have to buy a plan for another
right.
month.
Or if you do the whatever, the what was the other thing? The stream, whatever it was called.
Restream, but you can't get on that way.
Right. Well, I was saying if you got to go that route, then I just won't be able to co-host for a few days. So
Right. The
either way,
Last
whatever.
Outlaw, Gunsmoke is awesome. Yeah. Hey, I bought these separate, and there was 5 cases that they said were cracked, broke, whatever. I mean, hopefully not too much. I figured that they're, this is volume 2 of the 15th season. So you get all, you get it's going to take up more room than the others, but I kind of like it that they're, individual and they're not overlapping disc. They're easier to get to like this. Does that make sense, Shadowhawk?
I guess.
In those big sets, they overlap the disc.
Yeah. And those things always end up breaking too. Those little flimsy holders that they have for the 4 discs, they end up falling apart.
So, Festus was one of the favorites, and then there was Newley, right? He came on too. He was in Tombstone.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. He was in Tombstone. He was the guy that ran with the guy that got his ear.
All right, hello everyone. Have a great night. I'm gonna go start doing some dinner prep for my girls, and I will
We'll
see
take a look at
everyone tomorrow.
Once I get them unpackaged. How about that?
Yeah. Or somebody jump in there and help Rex out so you can keep going.
No. If I can't have my co-host, I'm not doing it.